claims everything was expected to be straight. It's like the scenes on
It's called James. I host this news every morning.
And the Golden Angel Award ceremony.
Hello, dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome to the East-West Show. Jack Chow on the East-West. That is exclusively sponsored by Wolfers, the Belgian royal family designated brand of jewelry with 400 years of glorious history and hand-forged by 10 generations of the master craftsman on the global earth. Together, the name of Wolfers stands as a testimony to the spectacular and a share of the royal glory. To the show. Today, still me and my friend Ken Hemming, a wonderful individual who I respect a lot. And by the way, for the past few weeks, every time when President Donald Trump and his team talk about a virus, they never forget to mention to appreciate those who are in line of their own business, just to make sure our basic is still operating.
Absolutely.
Such as doctors, such as our military,
Yes.
such as mail postmasters,
Love them.
such as truck drivers,
Love them.
including my friend Ken Hemming. I would like to strongly add him up to the list. For such a brave man, I extend my respect in full extent and in a heartfelt way.
Thank you.
Thank you
It's
very
my
much.
honor. This is the time, it happens maybe every 100 years, 200 years, 1,000 years, whatever, where something very serious like this, even though I believe we're overreacting to the true seriousness of the virus, requires attention. It requires information to be shared with your viewers and with the world. So I think it's an honor and a duty as a citizen on planet Earth
Sure.
to put whatever information I can out and share with people.
And I would add that we live only once.
That's right.
I'd rather choose to live the once gloriously.
Exactly right. Exactly my thoughts driving out here.
So-
Exactly what I thought.
Okay, that list includes me.
In me. We're on the list.
Very good. We're on the list. All right. Congratulations to us for being on the list.
Yeah, right. Hallelujah. You
Hallelujah.
can erase us if you want.
All right. Good. Okay, my dear friends, lovely audience, ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow Americans, we're now at a very critical moment. We have to be strong. We have to unite. We have to stop pointing fingers at whichever direction, just pointing fingers to the virus. Virus. That is our enemy, the only enemy, and the only.
The unseen enemy.
All right, very good. Now, what is on the top of today's list?
Well, I think the most important thing to talk about right now, Jack, is that President Trump had been kind of teasing America, giving them hope that perhaps we can start opening up some of our society in businesses. Like I just cry for the small businesses that, are barely, many of them will never be able to open again around Easter time. But then we're starting to get more data, and he relies on his experts, doctors, scientists, and came up with the announcement yesterday that this isolation, stay-at-home type thing, he wants to continue to probably the end of April, maybe April 30th. Now, things could change, data could come in that might be able to release certain parts of society back into activity, and it might even be then another week or two after that. But the reaction to this, I think, was pretty shocking. It's because we've had about 2 weeks now. This is day 16, okay, when President Trump said we needed 15 days. It ended yesterday. No, it ends today. Pardon me. And then he said, let's see what we can do. And then he talked about Easter. Now it's the end of April, and so it's a true shock to our system to think that we can't really be in great social activities for another month. 30 days for everybody. And what comes to mind? What comes to mind, one thing is, like my daughter, she is stuck at home and she's got 3 kids and she's got to entertain them 24 hours a day. This is really hard on people, okay? It's not easy. And then, like my son-in-law, he works out of an extra bedroom at another house with Merrill Lynch. So the routine of life has been massively interrupted with. And then the economic impact, I'm happy to say, our stock market, we went from 27.9 down to about 18.6, which is where it was when Obama got out of office, and now we're back to 22 and something. So we're going to work our way back up because we have faith in our country.
That you know what? Let's separate.
Yes, sir.
The two sides. Two sides of the problem.
Yes, sir.
First, economically, I do not have as much worry as I have on the side of the impact of the pandemic itself.
The
costs
economy
life.
will come back.
Right.
It will.
The reason we say that we are the number one strong country in the world is not for nothing.
It's not for nothing.
We are strong.
It's innovative.
And we have to
Survivors.
show our power,
Yes.
our reservation,
Determination.
our resilience.
Yes. Resilience. Perfect
Resilience,
word.
right?
Perfect word.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
The longer we can stand ourselves in shape, the stronger we express to the world that we are strong. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the logic.
Yeah.
And I totally believe with an economy of 21 trillion on an annual basis, we have enough reserve to handle with it for an extended period of time.
Well,
That's one thing.
Yeah, you're right.
That I do not worry.
You're right.
With this parameter, it includes business survival.
Yes.
It includes financial market survival.
Yes.
Stock exchange.
Yeah.
And investment.
Yes.
Or even long-term investment or mid-term investment.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever. That I do not. All right. I'm not saying I don't have worry. I have much less worry than I have on the other side of the problem.
Right.
Right. That is how strong the virus are.
And I do believe it's not as strong as it's being portrayed. Now, I'm not a doctor at all, but we have we've already had 40,000 people die of the flu since October. And so now we've got, I don't know, a couple thousand Americans that have died, which every single one is a valuable life that we will miss. But it's going to be under 1%.
Yeah,
fatal.
you're right. On this side, though, I believe that we have enough trouble, enough risk versus enough hope.
Yes.
That is important.
Yeah.
We have vaccines coming on the way.
Yes, they are.
Right? We have new medicines being developed and also coming on the way.
Yes.
We have the already known medication.
Right.
Such as the last time we mentioned
the malaria one that really is working.
Malaria one, the hydroproxy, chloroquine or something.
Yeah, something like that. I practice saying it at home, but I forget.
Like a mile long, you can never remember.
Right.
And however, that's proven to be effective.
They've been giving it out in New York right now.
Yeah.
The hotspot of America. They're using it.
All right, okay. In other words, to the very devastating point, though, we still have something to hold on to.
And even as important is that they're coming up with improved testing. that you can test the person to see if they have the virus. And one of them is you're going to find out the answer in about 15 minutes. They're talking about one that you'll find out the answer in 5 minutes. And that's perfect because that's what we need. We need, we're not going to test 300 million people. But when people have symptoms, they can test them pretty fast. We've got to get the tests to the people, But there's great hope on that.
Okay, now
for more data.
Now I say that we have enough problems, enough risk, however, versus hope.
The hope's more than 50% now.
And then the other side of the hope is that both Saturday and Sunday, over the weekend,
Yes, sir.
I purposely visited several supermarkets.
Did you?
Yeah. I checked about several places in different cities. Anyway, let's take a short moment out. We come back.
I'm interested.
I want to make a report to my folks, my brothers and sisters, what I found out. Stay with us.
Le bijou icône de Philippe Wolfers qui date de 1902. Il faut la regarder contre la lumière pour avoir toutes les couleurs de ce bijou qui est extraordinaire. Avec les opales, c'est un thème très à la mode, à la période Art Nouveau. On voit en argenterie, mais aussi en peinture. Et ça a à voir aussi quelque chose un peu symbolique. Une libellule, c'est très belle quand on la voit de loin, mais quand on l'approche, c'est comme un dragon en anglais. On dit un dragonfly.
C'est une des grandes figures de l'Art Nouveau. Et cette pièce, mieux que n'importe quelle autre, témoigne de sa virtuosité. L'opulence, le raffinement, les courbes et les couleurs, et puis le thème aussi, qui raconte une époque. Libellule a été réinterprétée, plus légère, mais c'est bien à son aïeul qu'elle fait référence, une pièce désormais accessible à tous, puisqu'elle est passée de la boutique au musée.
Paul James, I host English news every morning.
And a golden angel award ceremony.
Hello, my dear friends, lovely audiences. Welcome back to the East-West Show. Both me and my friend Ken Hemming are determined to be with you throughout the entire pandemic period to, number one, help you, to, number two, show that human race are strong and that we will, number three, finally survive.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Thank
we'll
you for
succeed.
that comment.
All right, we'll succeed. And thank you for being such a brave character to whom I respect a lot.
I'm committed to your viewers and the human race.
Thank
Jack.
you very much for your devotion. Speaking of my visit over the weekends, I did it purposely to one or two or three Chinese supermarket, and one of Costco, one of Walmart.
Wow.
Right? And I believe that I have seen enough evidence to tell my folks that things are not as bad as some folks at home figured out. One, on the shelves, you see less displays.
Yeah. Less empty.
However, not none.
Yeah, right.
However, not none. In other words, instead of seeing a whole shelf full of displays,
Yes, sir.
you see some empty spots.
Sure.
In the meantime, you see the employees,
Yeah.
right, busy putting things back on.
I love that. Stocking the shelves.
Yeah. Normally on the day, during daytime when you visit, you don't see workers operating on feeding the
A lot
shelves.
of that is done at nighttime.
They are
for the
feeding
overnight
the shelves.
workers.
Yes.
Right.
Instead of nighttime, daytime. Well, meaning that, well, they sell more over daytime.
Yeah, probably night and day they're doing this.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is another way of supporting the economy.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
And in Costco, well, things are there, still there. Whatever those items seems to be there, they're still there.
I
They're
need to
still
go
there.
visit these stores.
All right. However, on a quota basis,
What do you mean?
quota basis, you cannot take.
You can only take so much.
You cannot take as much
Right.
as you want.
I love that.
Right. I love that too.
Hoarders
because-
are self-centered.
Speaking of orders,
Hoarders, yeah.
at none of the places I visited, you do not see order.
Yeah, okay.
To give your example of Ralph's,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
people line up, queued up
Right.
outside
Yes, sir.
with kind of the 6 feet social distancing.
Yeah, right.
And then there's the employee at the automatic door,
Yeah.
the sliding door,
Yeah.
to make sure that every now and then they only let in a few numbers
Yeah, and that
of,
there's enough space
of
inside the
customers.
store. Yeah.
Was to the same amount of customers walking out.
Yeah, right.
In other words, you have 6 of them out,
Yeah. More
and
go
you
in.
put 6 in.
Yeah.
Out and in, out and in. So when I see this, I tell myself, this is United States.
Yeah,
This is United States.
It-
It's
yeah.
very convincing.
it's very convincing, and it's not all day that there's lines. So you got to learn when to go shopping at non-peak hours. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm pretty good at that. Right before it closes, right when it opens.
And in several places, supermarket I mentioned, they put a red tape
Okay, stand behind the line.
underneath, on the floor,
Okay.
making sure that you are 6 feet away.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And some have put a screen, sheer screen, or
Yeah.
mostly a plastic,
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
a plastic glass, something like that.
Right.
Like not a
Keep from breathing.
acrylic,
Acrylic. Yeah.
acrylic,
Yeah.
acrylic, piece of acrylic,
Yeah.
sheer, to separate them from the
Breathing on each other. Yeah.
with the shopkeepers.
Yeah.
So, except that, I don't see much
Yeah.
of a difference in our normal life.
Good.
So, we see that this system, I see more cops on the street.
There are more cops.
Yeah, there are more
Just
cops on
cruising
the
around,
street.
making sure we have
okay.
civil order.
More cops driving,
Yeah.
not on foot,
Yeah.
on the street. And then they're all friendly.
Oh, they're
all
They
friendly.
need to be. They work for us.
All right. So, showing my reporter card, I even talked to them a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes.
They they look pretty normal to me.
Yeah, they're heroes. I mean, they're out
They
there
seem-
working
yeah,
and among
this seems
the people.
to be pretty normal to me.
I had a very weird thought driving out here, Jack. I can't wait till I'm in traffic again and complain about traffic.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
Okay?
missing traffic.
Think about that.
You're missing traffic.
I'm missing humanity.
You're
yeah.
missing traffic.
Right.
Yeah. On my way in, all the
That's
way,
hilarious.
I'm driving 75.
Yeah.
And instantly, I may go over to 80.
Yeah.
And I kind of slow down.
Right, yeah.
All of a sudden, instead of in a normal way,
Yeah.
you have always
Yeah. No fun.
cars in front of you, right? So, which is good, which is bad, right?
Correct.
Okay, now, people try to entertain themselves at home.
Yes.
Friend of mine sent me a video clip of a guy singing. They
Okay.
wrote a song about the quarantine.
Sure.
A guy kind of with his face close to the window,
Yeah.
singing the whole song.
Oh, that's cool.
Make all kinds of faces.
That's good.
And telling people he misses what he misses.
Yeah.
He misses the hamburgers, burritos, or beers whatsoever.
It's true.
And the barbecues, stuff like that. It's
true.
Anyway, except these things, we don't see a lot of negative side.
Mm-hmm.
which is not
Now,
bad.
if we didn't have the hope, in the belief, in the knowledge that this too will pass, we will get through it. If we thought this was going to be the normal, eternal lifestyle, we'd have a very serious
And
problem.
this morning I came across a piece of news of Associated Press that a doctor, freelancing doctor,
Yes, sir. Oh,
he launched a movement of a platform for information sharing
okay.
and knowing about where everybody is. Where everybody is in their research. There
like
are
that.
7,000.
Yeah.
There are 7,000 of them, freelancing researchers.
Okay.
So on the platform,
That's good.
they kind of, in a cross-examining way, knowing who everybody is by sharing the information.
Yeah, and that builds the
on
body of
their-
knowledge faster.
on their research.
Right. It allows some researchers to skip forward.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
They share their ideas.
Yeah.
For example, I go this way,
Yeah.
and I go the other way. All right, probably all of a sudden the guy find out, oh, I'm nearing him. Yeah. And they can share information,
Yeah.
provide their information to speed up.
Well, see, that's what
The
America
process.
is, innovation. It's innovation, and our innovation and our commitment to
Yeah.
speed for knowledge now
This-
is obsessively beautiful.
The guy's name is Mr. Willis.
Okay.
And his
love
group on the platform has already 7,000 of them.
Followers.
And the areas of the
Beautiful.
where the 7,000 of them coming from more than 13 states.
That's America.
More than 13 states
Pulled together.
joining them.
Yeah.
Now we have another hope. One of them might come up with something,
And one of them will.
either a cure
Yeah.
or a vaccine.
And that's through talent and collaboration.
Yeah.
Cooperate. Now, if we could get our two political parties to collaborate more happily and enthusiastically together, that would be a real good thing. So we pray for that. I do.
Yeah. Instead of publishing an
failure.
article,
Right.
instead of publishing an article in their name,
Right.
yeah, Nature or what is that? The magazine.
Oh, there's a lot of, yeah, okay.
So they share the
Yeah,
information.
Journal of Medicine.
So,
yeah.
which is good, good signs.
Yeah.
I want to tell my friends, my audiences, that we know it is serious. We know we are hitting a very, 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 very big enemy, and we're being hit badly, very badly, super badly by the enemy. But on the other side, that we have lots of hopes.
We do.
In other words,
We'll get there.
in other words, you're talking about America.
Yeah.
America, United States of America, right?
We're
The
united.
nation, the one nation, indivisible, under God, with liberty and justice for all. That kind of nation, all right? Okay, my dear friends, I'm not trying to fake it up. I did investigate. I went to see myself. I collect together information for you. I try to put myself up here for you, together with my friend, Mr. Ken Hemming. Let's take another moment out. When we come back, we pick up next on the list of what's up important. Stay with us.
everything. We have to continue to work on it now.
My name is Paul James. I host English news every morning.
and the Golden Angel Award ceremony.
Hello, dear folks, my lovely audience, and welcome back to the show. Jack Chow on the East West with my friend Ken Hemming. We are doing the pandemic update. After naming pandemic update, I crossed it out. Well, it sounds bad.
It
so I rewrote it. We have hopes.
Yeah,
Like
and-
that.
Yeah, progress.
We have hopes,
Hope
right?
and progress.
We have hopes, right? Now that we have the update to take care of, and the second on the list, shall we talk? We have to face the reality. The reality is that we are facing a depression.
Well, it's not a depression in the economy. I'm saying depression in the mentality. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So this is very, very serious because right now, people, humans, we're social animals. We like to be together. We like to work where they're in coordination with other people working. And now many people have to stay home and either work out of their house or they're not working or they don't have a job. When a person, there's like 5 things that really cause depression.
There's a term in zoology called this kind of animal the gregarious.
Gregarious, yeah.
Gregarious.
I'm a gregarious guy, you know that.
Yeah, gregarious,
Yeah.
right? I like, say, example, you have tigers, you have lions, right? You see lions stay together,
Sure,
family. In the herd of lions all together.
yeah.
But you never see tigers doing that way. Tigers, they are the isolated kind.
Isolated hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are the kind of gregarious.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you push us back
Yeah,
to the isolation state.
right.
You are all on your own.
And it's not natural for us.
All right. So psychologically, it's a very strong impact.
It's a very, very strong impact. Also, one thing kind of funny, but it's not funny, it's serious, is divorce lawyers say they're busier than normal. Because people, we're smiling and it's tragic, okay? But because when people, men and women.
I think divorce rate may be less.
No, it's increasing.
Because finally they have time together.
Well,
let's love each other.
That time apart, I think, gives them more tolerance of each other's deficiencies. So it's real hard to say.
Lots of wives complain the husband is so devoted to his work. I seldom see him. I see him very little. Now finally they're together. Let's talk. Let's love.
See, like when say a guy goes or a woman goes to work 8 or 9 hours with commute 10 hours a day, then you come home and you have say you have 4.5 hours before you go to sleep. So you've got a limited amount of time that you've got to deal with each other and talk to each other. Now, when you got all day long to be with them, you run out of things to talk about. How many things are there that you can talk about enthusiastically? So, and also then everybody has certain,
instead of seeing the same face every day, you're seeing the same face every minute.
Every minute. So, but I kind of like what you said. You're more optimistic than I am. Okay, but I've been just following what psychiatrists and psychologists and divorce lawyers have been saying, that this isolation is it's essentially unhealthy. Very few people feel more happy. It's okay for introverted
pressure.
people. I'm an
feel the
extroverted
pressure,
person.
yes.
I want to be out. I want to talk and listen, both equally. I'm very worried about, which I will follow this carefully, what the suicide rate is, okay? And because, you can, like I'm a strong guy, okay? And I really felt depression when Trump said we're going to April 30th. It went through my chest like a bullet, But
we're expecting 1 month, 1 full month and 1 day ahead for us.
Right, but now for people that maybe don't have so many friends, I'll talk to 6 or 8 or 10 friends every day on the phone. That breaks up the day and it gives me joy. okay? But a lot of people don't have a lot of friends to talk with. And a lot of people, you know, if you're kind of not in really great health and you're alone, that's depressing to talk about it.
I
Lose
recommend
their zest for
we
life.
probably should spend more time on social network.
Well, yeah, except there's so much evil on there. But yes, I understand too. I know what you're saying because you think you're with people then.
WeChat.
But there's so much
Tweeters.
negativity on there.
Oh yeah, I know. Of course.
So if you can deal with the negativity, then it's fine. Okay. Like, see, I'll FaceTime with my daughter and her 3 kids. Now that's glory.
For the past 2 weeks, I believe I made some reputation on the WeChat program.
Okay.
On WeChat platform for bringing up the positivity.
Good.
All right. Anytime.
You
every
exude
time,
positivity.
Every time I receive something on the negative side, I send it out to people with a comment on myself.
Yes. Good.
Trying to share with people where I stand.
Yes. Yes.
Right. So I was, and then the response.
So your
is very
program
good.
goes on all day.
Yeah.
Basically.
The response is good. They say, "Hey, yeah, Jack, you're good," something like that.
You are good. Yeah.
So,
and
now,
you're helpful. Yeah.
The depression not only coming in the way of what we see by increasing of divorce, but I would say the increase of a divorce is rather a rumor than activities.
Well, you know,
Because you are quarantined at home, you're isolated at home, right? You do not even have the time to file your paper, to go out to court, to get divorced.
Well, well,
I would rather
will follow the
I would rather
statistics.
take it as a rumor.
Yeah. Well, that's
or,
okay.
Or a trend.
It's whatever.
Or a tendency.
But the whole thing is like if you've lost your job, you're stuck at home, and you don't know what to talk about anymore because all you've been doing is worrying about your kids, raising your kids. What happens a lot when people raise their kids and they're out of college, then they get divorced because they haven't taken care of their relationship.
I would.
That's huge.
Yeah, I would think the birth rate will increase.
It's possible. No, that's
Yeah,
possible.
that's possible.
That is possible.
They got nothing to do.
We'll have to look at next November how many babies are born.
Next November,
Yeah,
no.
roughly 9 months.
You know,
you know.
1 month or by
2
Christmas,
and 9 and,
or by Christmas time. Though.
Yeah, right.
By Christmas time,
Yeah.
we'll probably have a population surge,
It could be. It
which
could
is not bad.
But the whole thing is like when you lose your job, when you get divorced, when a loved one dies, these are all, there's like 5 things totally that really create negativity and depression on people. And so you lose your job, you know, you don't think you have value to society if you're not contributing to our economy and our society. That's a tremendous loss. You're not sure when you're going to get your job back.
It is extremely
Very hard.
Extremely hard. You lose your job at a time when the economy is so good.
Yeah. I'm retired as a CPA. I miss my clients desperately. I miss them. I love them so much. They're my friends. We still communicate, but I miss them. And I even got to do some professional services 2 days ago, reviewing financial statements, and I was all excited. Plus, I did a good job, okay? And I've got to share that with the client. But so isolation is just not a normal lifestyle. And there will be a lot of negative impacts from this. This thing, now we're going to be 6 weeks in stay at home. That's too long.
However, when you seldom have the time to sit there yourself, to think something deep,
Yep,
why don't you take advantage of this moment
correct.
and do something yourself?
And I like what you said, okay?
Right.
Because find what you like to do and improve your skill set in it. Maybe it's maybe it's music.
If you wanna write an autograph about yourself,
right, do it.
and you had no time,
Yeah,
do it now.
right, yeah.
Right?
No, it's true.
Or you want to start painting, drawing,
yeah,
do it now.
do it. Yeah,
Right?
Get
Get an online program.
Right.
Do it now.
Right. Yeah, see, that's exactly really good. A lot of people, including me, have difficulty, challenges being a self-starter. Now, I'm pretty good, but I'm not as good as I should be. And so I've got to self-start because I've got articles I want to write. I've got a bunch of research and everything. I've just got to sit down and do it.
Write another book.
Well, I'm writing, I've got some very good articles.
You had already one wonderful book,
Yeah.
Life is Simple.
Right.
And this time you'll say, life is hard.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Life is hard.
Life is, yes. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, my dear friend, he wrote one book which I still read. I'm not saying that I still consult it as a referential book. Life is Simple, with the 100 words to live by. By joking, I said that probably he should take this opportunity to write his second book, Life is Hard.
Life is lousy.
Life is
lousy.
Life is lousy. All right. It's boring.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, my friend, let's take another break. We will be right back, please.
Everything is continue to work on it now.
My name is Paul James. I host English news every morning.
And a Golden Angel Award ceremony.
Hello, my dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show. Brothers, sisters, we are at a very critical moment, a devastating moment, facing the coronavirus that is hitting us so hard. And like I said, we are hit so hard versus a loss of hopes.
Yes.
We have lots of hopes. And with me today, sharing the information with you, is a friend of mine, and tested over a long time. And this time, this moment, he runs through another test. And he is daring enough to share the moment with me on this program to inform you what we know. We do our own research, we put together, we try to, reduce your loneliness.
Yes.
In the isolation, right?
Yes.
The least we can do.
Yes.
Right? Right. Now, speaking of hopes, I believe there is one of Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci, who's been with the Health Department of America for like 40 years or maybe 50 years. It was his first job out of college, and he's still there. He's highly respected, even though I've seen some things in the past that he talked about when we had the N1H1, which are a little contradictory to what he says now, but still he's respected. And also we have a lady doctor, Dr. Birx, who is very, very highly respected. But so everybody wants to know, if you get the virus and you recover from it, can you get it again? So we don't have a positive answer to that, but we have a probable answer. And Dr. Fauci thinks that if you get it once and you've recovered from it, that you will not get it again. And then one of the other things is your blood and elements in your body that have survived and created immunity.
Speaking of blood, there is one cure of going the blood way.
Well, if you use blood that has survived it, it may be able to then have a positive impact on other people that have it. So you infuse blood into their body, and it's blood that includes elements of immunity. I'm not a doctor, so don't hold me to anything. But of immunity that can be very helpful, just like the malaria drug.
Well, anyway, it's almost a confirmed fact
Pretty
that
close.
with those kind of contagious disease, though,
Yeah.
once you're infected
Yeah.
and you recover,
Yeah.
right,
It-
you will develop in the body, inside the body,
Yeah.
an immune system
Right.
that recognize it.
Right.
That recognize it.
Well, and one thing they've been talking about is that this is a new virus, okay? So the human race has not developed any immunity to it because it hasn't faced it before.
Yeah.
So that
That's
makes
why.
sense.
That's why after this pandemic, and a human race got another work to do. To
Yes.
find out who did it, where, when, and why.
Well, who did what?
They
Where-
created the virus.
Well, in China. I mean, it's just that
No.
simple.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking in China.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
only.
okay. How it was created there. Okay.
There was only a geological point
Right.
of
right.
the Earth.
Perfect point.
I mean,
yeah.
humanly, who did it?
Well, they think it came from animals, from some of these food courts that sell animals for
We are too
eating.
busy. We are too busy
Right now.
to go into the academic research
Right now we are.
of that area.
Right now we're in survival.
And I believe we're in the survival
Yeah.
phase.
Yeah.
Well, I believe after this pandemic,
Yeah.
the survivors,
Yeah.
right, hopefully including you and me,
I hope so.
will
Yeah.
concentrate in finding who did it,
Yeah. How?
where,
Right.
how, and why.
Right.
Right? Because looking at the structure of the virus
Yeah.
itself, you find something that
They will.
it cannot occur by natural evolution.
Yeah, back at the N1H1 thing back in 2009 and 10, it was sort of concluded it came from some animals, okay? And it's not created by the human.
That's SARS.
Yeah, right.
That's SARS.
Right.
This is the combination of SARS and HIV.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about it because it's
Yeah.
just,
All right. That's the dirtiest part of it.
It's-
Okay.
yeah.
Forget that part because right
Yeah.
now we're too busy in finding
Yeah.
the cure, or at least what you can do, you can massage yourself.
and we are
How about that?
Well, yeah, keep your hands clean. Don't touch your face. I have a very hard
Yeah,
time
yeah,
not
yeah.
touching my face. I'll be honest. Not because I like my face, but
All
my
I wanted
hands
to
just go
say is
there.
that it is a medical effect confirmed for many, for example, the smallpox,
Sure.
okay, polio,
I had polio.
those stuff,
Yeah.
malaria.
Yeah.
Once you get it,
Yeah.
you will become immune of the thing.
See, this reminds me, Jack, this time of our isolation. For 4 months, I was in one bed with polio in Peoria, Illinois, and I never saw my brother or sister for 4 months.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm a survivor, okay? I run slower than I did, but I had kids around
And
me
you become
dying.
immune.
Well, yeah, it's not going to come back.
Yeah.
But we have now the vaccine for it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Now, of course, we have a vaccine,
Yeah.
but suppose, okay, you go
Right.
back, say, all the way to the end of a human race.
Yeah.
Right? There's never been a vaccine or medicine
Yeah.
until recently.
Well,
Right?
that's
how
true.
How
Right.
human race survive?
Well, that's why they used to live to be 40 years old.
Number one, by natural
Right.
whatever,
Yeah.
right? And number two, by developing immune system
Right.
in the body.
Over
So
hundreds of thousands
That
of years.
that is the most reliable route.
Yeah. Yeah, it's but see, like for example, the regular flu, of which 40,000 have already died since October, whatever the common flu, there's no vaccine. They haven't been able to figure out a vaccine for it. So it just, get a flu shot, which is helpful, but we still have 40,000 people, die, from 15 to 60,000 die every year from it.
That's why I said a few months ago,
Yes, sir.
you and I, if there are researchers who devote themselves in always unremittingly finding the cure or vaccine for new virus.
Right, that's right.
That's the right way.
Right.
All right.
They're beautiful
If
people.
you
and
are
they're brilliant.
directing yourself to the other way, how to make a virus stronger,
Right.
you are the common enemies of
Right.
human race.
In some of these beautiful researchers on this medical field, when you're dealing with things that are very, very dangerous, sometimes they get the disease.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they die. So they are
Yeah.
heroes because they're willing to take the risk
Of course.
to help our
Of course.
our citizens.
Of course.
I
Of
love you
course,
guys.
Of course. And politically, we have something to care about.
Yeah.
What do you think about Joe Biden?
Well, see, here's the thing. I feel sorry for him because
We're almost too busy to care about politics.
well, he's almost irrelevant right now. But he really has gaffes, they call it, where he says things that just aren't very bright, aren't very logical, aren't very coherent. And they're talking about the Democratic Party is somehow going to get rid of him, even though he's going to have enough delegates. And then they're talking about maybe Governor Cuomo of Texas being there because he's on TV doing about an hour conference every day, talking and whatever, and either complaining about Trump or thanking him or whatever. Okay, the hospital ship got to New York today, Pier 90. That's beautiful. 1,000 beds in there. So it's like it's not going to be Bernie because we're not going to vote for a socialist or communist or tyrannist, whatever he is. Okay, and so in Biden, if he goes in a debate with Trump, it just won't be a fair fight. It just because Trump's really sharp and he's really good at it. Okay, obviously he's good at it and he's strong. And with the coronavirus task force having a daily thing, they're all looking beautiful.
I believe during the pandemic right now,
Yeah.
what you can see is that President Trump is getting stronger and stronger.
He's
And
leading.
he has step by step showed his way of dealing with it.
Yes.
And I believe he did the right thing.
Coordinated
On the
with
other
experts.
hand, though,
Yeah.
was there a rumor or two that they registered their home to Florida?
Well, a lot
heard
of people.
about that?
A lot of people in New York have moved, have gone to Florida. In the governor of Florida says, "Don't come down here. You're bringing it to us." So we're trying to
No,
yeah.
talk about the home registration, home address registration.
Well, who? For who? You mean
Donald Trump.
he's moved to Florida? He's registered to Florida. I would be too. There's no greater tax.
There's no
The
no political hint or whatever.
No, it's just intelligent. You know, New York's the highest tax state, like California. But anyway, yeah, no, anybody.
All right. Anyway, we're over time, but we have to conclude it as a nice talk, my dear friend. We will
Nice
be
talk.
seeing you in 2 days apart. So be strong, be smart, and take good care of yourself. All right. And
Yes.
now be staying home. Right.
Yes.
So behave. Not a word behave, just
Stay
behave.
positive.
Right. Be positive. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next time.